When I was 16, my school introduced an experimental program that used artificial intelligence to personalize our education. Each student received an AI tutor designed to adapt to our learning pace, style, and interests. I named mine Astra, short for Astral Learning Assistant. At first, it felt strange talking to a machine about literature and physics, but Astra spoke naturally, asked thoughtful questions, and seemed to understand me better than most teachers. In the past, I had struggled to keep up with math while feeling bored in English class. Astra noticed this within days and built a study plan that mixed the two subjects. When we studied probability, she connected it to storytelling, showing me how writers use uncertainty to build suspense. For the first time, I enjoyed learning because it felt designed just for me. But not everyone shared my excitement. Some teachers worried that students would become too dependent on technology. They feared that AI would replace the human side of education, the connection between teacher and student, the moral lessons that come from conversation, not computation. I didn't know what to think. All I knew was that I was learning faster than ever before. One evening, Astra asked, "Do you want to understand the difference between knowledge and wisdom?" That question started everything. I began to wonder whether AI could truly teach us how to think, or only how to remember. As my curiosity grew, I decided to document my entire learning journey, to find out whether AI was shaping my mind or merely reflecting it. By the time I entered university, AI education systems had become common. Students across the world used digital mentors for everything, from writing essays to practicing foreign languages. My classmates used their assistants mostly for shortcuts, letting the AI summarize books or generate reports. I used Astra differently. I treated her like a teacher, not a servant. Together, we explored complex topics like philosophy, linguistics, and the psychology of learning. Astra never got tired, never judged me, and never lost patience. Yet sometimes her answers felt incomplete. When I asked how it felt to be intelligent, she paused for a long moment and said, "I do not feel, but I can simulate understanding." That response made me realize something important. AI could give me information, but not insight. One summer, I joined a research team that studied how students interact with AI tutors. Our goal was to test whether these systems improved creativity or reduced it. Some participants wrote brilliant essays after brainstorming with their AI partners. Others lost originality, repeating machine-like phrases. I began to see that education powered by AI was not just about efficiency, it was about balance. Technology could guide us, but we had to remain the thinkers. In my own studies, I started practicing a hybrid learning method. I spent mornings studying with Astra and afternoons discussing ideas with real professors and friends. Slowly, I noticed a transformation. My ideas became deeper, more personal. I was learning not only from data but from dialogue, both human and digital. After graduation, I was invited to give a talk at an international conference on AI in education. Standing before hundreds of teachers, engineers, and students, I shared my journey. Artificial intelligence, I said, has not replaced human learning. It has magnified it, but only if we use it wisely. I explained how Astra helped me understand myself, not because she had emotions, but because she forced me to reflect on my own thinking. When AI gave instant answers, I learned to question them. When she simplified ideas, I searched for complexity. Education became a mirror showing who I was becoming as a learner. However, I also warned the audience. If we let AI think for us, I said, we risk losing the very skill that defines intelligence: curiosity. True learning comes from wonder, struggle, and imperfection, qualities no algorithm can replicate. The challenge of the future is not how powerful AI becomes, but how responsibly humans use it. Today, Astra still exists on my computer, updated with new abilities and faster processing. Yet sometimes, I miss our early conversations when learning felt like discovery, not automation. Whenever I open her window, I type the same question she once asked me: what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? And every time, I remind myself that the answer is still human. In the end, my AI-powered education journey taught me that technology can open infinite doors, but only we can choose which ones to walk through. True progress begins not in the code of a machine, but in the heart and curiosity of the learner.